This is a short video on how to create your pinhole, and we have already determined what the pinhole diameter should be using a pinhole diameter formula, and I can show that in a little window here. This particular camera needs a 0.7 millimeter diameter pinhole. Well, we begin with some brass shim material, and I happen to, I bought a pack of it. I have marked off a square of material, and what I can do is use a pair of scissors and just cut that out. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and establish where the middle of that square is so that I can, just place my pin hole right in the middle of that stock. Let's see, where is that corner? There it is. Next, we're going to cut that out. And actually, before I do, it's kind of nice to have this type of material to kind of control that. So I'm going to cut it out after I create that pinhole. So a 0.7, let's talk about how we find out what a 0.7 is. I have discovered some jeweler bits. This set goes from 0.1 to 1 millimeter in diameter. So it's 1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we're looking for a 0.7 millimeter, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's actually the diameter I'm looking for. So we'll begin by creating a pinhole that is under the 0.7, and we'll build up to it. And we begin with the sewing needle just placed right in the middle. Point to where you want to put the hole. That's the trick. Point to it, lift up. Now, if it's thin enough, you might not even need to tap it with a hammer. But if it's thicker, you may have to. Now, you don't need much. And if you're not sure, if you've gone through, you can always hold it up to the light. Now, what diameter is that? This is another great tool, these bits, to determine diameter. I know this is a 0.2 diameter. And so by taking that 0.2 diameter and putting it into that hole, look, it went right through. So it looks like it's bigger than a point. I'll do it again. Get right in there. See? That's a 0.2. It went right through. So let's figure out, is it somewhere between a 2 and a 3? Let's try to get a 3 in there. Oh, a 3 went in too. Okay. Let's go to a 4. 0.4 diameter. No, it won't go through. And so I'm gently spinning the bit just by hand. And I have now made a 4. That's a 0.4 millimeter diameter. And again, just to confirm that, if I try to put a 0.5 through there, I can't get a 5 through, see? So I have created a 0.4. Now this particular camera we're working on needs a 0.7, so I'm going to gently begin to, just by hand, drill. And there we go. That is a 0.5. A perfect 0.5. There it is. 5. It's not a 6. I just drilled a 5. So if I would have put a 6, attempt to just drop a 6, don't drill, I'm just testing diameter. See, it won't go in. But I want it to go up to a 0.7, so let's go ahead and hand drill the 0.6. There we go. Spun it in, and there, perfect 0.6. Again, just to show that it is not a 0.7, we just drilled 0.6. If I try to put a 7 in there, look, it doesn't go. Again, this is a 0.7 diameter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is our final drill for this 0.7 millimeter diameter pinhole. There we go. Look at that. Look how easy that was. Okay. Beautiful. Now, we're not quite done. We need to cut it out, and we need to remove the burr on the shim stock there. You can kind of maybe see the light hit that burr of brass right there. Okay, so let's start by working with the burr with a little bit of emery cloth, sandpaper. It's probably about a 2000 grit polishing emery cloth. And then we'll return the bit to make sure that we clear out any burr material that is in that actual pinhole. And I don't know if you can get a shot of, so we have that 0.7 millimeter, we have that bowl behind it just to show you. And this happens to be a pinhole for a camera that has a 392 millimeter focal length. This is an example of a 2000 sandpaper. We're going to open that package up and just take ourselves out a little piece. Don't need much. I'm just going to cut a little square off here. And with that emery or sandpaper, again, the burr side is on this opposite side. We're just going to polish that burr right off of there, just where you're, so that you don't feel it with your hand running across it. And then to confirm that the pinhole is still clear, you can put it up to the light, sure, but you can also just return the 0.7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Return that jeweler's bit to the shim and just make sure it's clear. Looks good. Go back to this side. I'm going to hit the emery cloth one more time and then go back with the bit. I feel both sides, feels really good. Let's cut out this square, and this pinhole is ready to be installed in the camera. This material cuts really nicely with the pair of just regular scissors. There's our pinhole.